Hey everybody, this is Jose Heredia with ADJ here for another Facebook Live, and today we actually have a launch of a brand new product that we're introducing here today. This is called the Element HEXIP Pearl. I'm sure you're familiar with the Element series of par cans. These are design series par cans that allow you to do uplighting in a very elegant way. They have a very robust body, and two of the models have IP rated series so that you can leave them outdoors. It's a great solution for people who are in production, mobile DJ, or all around decor applications so that you can uplight almost any space anywhere. And we are announcing the Pearl version, which is the white body version, as you can see here. And you can see behind me we have two of them up on the wall doing uplighting, doing its thing, and how easily they blend into the decor. The white body gives it a more elegant look to be able to blend into the background if you're having an all-white event or simply a white wall. Having the black Element series does disappear a little bit, but they kind of do stick out between the white background of the wall and the fixture itself. Now with the Pearl version, you don't have to worry about that. So let me give you a quick tour of the Element HEXIP Pearl. What you have here on the top are four 10-watt hex LEDs. That's red, green, blue, white, amber, and UV LEDs, giving you 6 colors and millions of color combinations. We have a nice, convenient carrying handle that is recessed, so when you're not in transport mode, you could have the handle on either side and it will mount flush against the body of the fixture. But when you are transporting, all you have to do is lift it up and you can easily transport the Element HEXIP Pearl. We do have a little glare shield on the front of the unit to kind of control a little bit of the glare from the sides, and that's really ideally how you want to present the fixture so that it kind of blinds or keeps the light from spilling over. On the side here we have a glossy white finish, which is really beautiful, really clean looking. There's no real markings on the side except for our warning for our ultraviolet label. But on the front we do have our little door, hinge door, that gives us access to our control panel. And mind you, this is an IP rated product. It's IP54, which allows protection from just some of the elements. However, when you lift up the lid, you lose that protection. You don't want moisture or dust to get into this part. So the IP only works if you have it like this, door closed and in an upright position. However, if you do need to access its main control module, you have a LCD display with 4-button control. You have your on and off switch and your IC power input. And that's great for running it from the wall, straight from the wall, without the use of the battery. And did I mention it has a battery? And you can also access all the other functions and features of the Element HEXIP Pearl, which means you can run it on DMX, you could run it in manual mode, you could run it on auto mode, you can change all its parameters, and it has Wi-Fi. So you can tune in your Wi-Fi channel, be able to use with all your Wi-Fi products, and be able to control this Element series light very easily. On the bottom you have 4 legs that have a silicone coating to keep it from scratching the body of the fixture. And of course we have a little kickstand that allows you to give you a little bit of a degree or angle of attack should you need to adjust the angle on certain situations if you're lighting a different thing other than a wall. So you have a 90-degree straight up and down, or you have a variant 82 degree, 74 degree, and depending on your situation you have a little bit more angle to attack your light and your light position. And really a fantastic light, coming in at about $329. It's really not that much if you consider the amount it'll give you in return on investment when you can offer this to your clients. So you could have a really beautiful white package that you could offer your clients that is wireless. You don't have to run wires to the power or DMX because it's running its power through the battery. And you could run your DMX via wireless Wi-Fi technology. If you don't want to mess with the wireless DMX, you also have the ability to run your control via remote using the optional IR remote. With the IR sensor right here on the top, you could leave the fixture on the floor and be able to go up to it and do basic functions like turning on and off the fixture, changing the color, changing the fade, and do all sorts of cool stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the color saturation on this fixture. We have a 20-degree beam angle. We're going to turn off the lights and give you those different colors that we were talking about. So this is a Hex product. It looks like we have a question as far as price. The price is $329 for the Element Hex IP Pearl. So here we have red. Let's go move on over to the green. That's green, that's the second color. Going over to blue. And over to the white, which is one of the most functional colors out there to give you a pure white rather than kind of a pearl white when you use RGB color mixing to achieve the white. So this is really cool to be able to give you a nice pure white should you need it for certain situations. And also a dedicated amber or pearl, amber color, a really deep orangey looking amber color for your times when you need that pearl color rather than achieving it through RGB color mixing. And an added bonus, we have UV, which I may remind everybody in our audience that Pantone is kind of like a designer's website or service that dictates color for all sorts of applications, whether it be for design, for print, for anything. And the official Pantone color for 2017 is UV. 2018, sorry, for next year. So all you guys who are getting ready to do weddings for the next year, for the next season, UV ultraviolet is the official Pantone color. So your wedding designer or a DJ who does weddings, this is going to be the trend for 2018, is being able to use the UV or ultraviolet. So it looks like we have some questions. Thank you very much for joining us here on our Facebook Live. Here we go.
What global projector are we using?
Oh, the global projector. Well, thank you for noticing. Our global projector who is projecting our ADJ logo is none other than the Icon IR. It's a 80-watt LED global projector that uses a gobo that can also rotate. And you can find that on our website, adj.com. Just go ahead and look it up under Icon IR. Is one of our top-selling gobo projectors. Very small, very compact, and very powerful at 80 watts. That's a really nice gobo projector, and I can control it via remote. I can change the rotation, change the dimming. But today's Facebook Live is about the Element Hex IP Pearl. Thank you very much for asking about the Icon IR. Now back to the Pearl. We have these rich colors which you can use to combine. You could even, throughout the night, say you're doing a wedding, you could have the colors be static throughout the night, say dinner and cocktail hour. Once the party gets going and people are dancing and you have all these Element Hex IP Pearls all around the room, you can really get into controlling these lights for the dancing. You could add effects such as strobes. There we go, a couple of strobes. We even have a fast strobe. And I could change the color of the strobe, so I can have a blue strobe or a white strobe. I could even make it go into sound active. And with the sound active, I'll just let the music do the programming for me and have the color change according to the music. Or I could leave it into a simple color fade. Here I have chosen a specific color fade with specific colors, and all those colors are available in the manual to give you exactly what colors you want to pick, whether it be basic colors, RGBAW, amber, and UV, or if you want specific color combinations, you could adjust the speed, you could do all sorts of stuff. But that is the Element Hex IP Pearl from ADJ. If you have any further questions, go ahead and post them up right now in the chat room. I'll be glad to answer them. I'm sure you're probably wondering about the battery. because the battery is what gives it power and gives you the ability to quickly come into a venue, set them up within less than 15 minutes. Less than 10 to 15 minutes is really what it takes to get these going into a venue, saving you time, saving you the aching and back-breaking work of plugging in wires to different outlets and running wires and running DMX cable. With the Element Hex IP Pearls, you can simply set them up even before the venue. Before you even get there, you can have them set up, turn them off, load them up into your transport, and be able to arrive at the venue and quickly set them up. Now, as far as the battery, it does have a battery life. If you run them at 100% on a single color, it'll give you about 9 hours of battery life. If you run it at 100% with all the colors, that means all 6 colors running at 100%, it'll give you about 2 hours. It takes about 4 hours for the battery to charge, and it also comes with the battery save mode feature, which when activated, the battery will or the output of the fixture will slowly decrease the output of the LEDs once it reaches 80%, giving you a little bit more extra time. And in battery saving mode on, your time for your battery life is about 16 hours on a single color at 100%. And it will give you about 8 or 9 hours on full on all the colors at 100%. So that's a really cool feature to have if you need extra time for your events or venue. Here we have another question.
How are you controlling the lights?
Oh, great question. So what I'm using is an Airstream DMX bridge. Using my iPad, I can essentially control via wireless DMX using our Wi-Fi technology, sending signals to the bridge and the bridge to the Wi-Fi enabled Element Hex. So I have here my iPad with a free app that you can download from iTunes, and I can quickly create and adjust the different parameters for my controlling of the lights. So I've set already these scenes. These scenes are programmed and locked in. However, I can go and adjust the different parameters, the DMX channel. So if I wanted to create an aquamarine, oh yeah, check it out. I could set it like this so you guys can see how it looks while I change. I could add a little bit of green to kind of give it a more aqua color. I could give it a white to even add a little bit of a pastel type of color. Really adjustable, almost everything. This is the Element Hex IP has several DMX modes. This is an 11-channel mode, which gives me complete control over the colors, as well as the dimming, the strobing, and the different mode parameters. I could adjust the dimming on all the fixtures. I could select individual fixtures. So let's say the left one I want green and the right one I want blue. I can go back and select that one and then adjust to the color I want. So really great tool for those of you who are running very simple shows to moving heads to all sorts of fixtures. That doesn't have to be Wi-Fi enabled products. You could be controlling any kind of DMX product. Using the Airstream DMX bridge, you have a physical box that you do have to buy, and using the iPad you can connect to that box, and that box will send DMX signals via wireless or wired to your fixtures and be able to create. So this is a really great product to use in conjunction. Perfect example in a real life situation where you're using the iPad to freely walk around. I could take my iPad, walk around the venue, even go up to the client and say, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Wedding or Mr. Corporate, we're going to go ahead and control your lights here and be able to create a custom color just for you depending on your decor needs. And really a great way to demo this at a presentation. I've actually sold this as an upsell to my clients where I come to the venue as a site inspection before the event, and I've sold them on the uplights. That's locked in. However, I could add a little bit extra upsell. I could add a little bit extra to the package if I say, you know what, how would you like me to control the lights throughout the night, create scenes, create moods, so that your environment is really engrossing and your guests are more interactive and your DJ is happy with it, with the programming of the lights. So I could add strobing, I could add chases, I could add fades, I could do all sorts of cool stuff simply by using the iPad. And of course, using the Wi-Fi technology that's already embedded in the Element Hex IP Pearl and all the other Element series of Parcans. So the Element Hex IP Pearl is an IP-rated Parcan product that that's great to use for almost any situation that requires lighting without wires, without running power, and a really great way to blend into the decor using the pearl color of the exterior of the body. This is a nice glossy finish, silicone rubber feet on the bottom so that it doesn't scratch the floor or doesn't scratch the fixture itself, and a nice little kickstand should you need a little bit of angle. Now there is one feature I forgot to mention that might be useful to some, and that is a threaded hole right here. There's a little silicone cover. I can remove the cover, and you have a threaded hole should you want to hang this. If you wanted to attach a clamp, be able to hang this on a truss or on a T-bar, you have the option of doing that. So again, this is the Element Hex IP Pearl from ADJ. If you have any further questions, we can go ahead and answer them now and be able to see if there's anybody who's still curious about the Element Hex IP. If you're not curious and you are interested, these are coming to you very soon. They're hitting the shelf stores. They're in stock here in our warehouse. All you have to do is contact your preferred ADJ dealer and ask for the Element Hex series, especially this one, the Element Hex IP Pearl, so that you can have them for your next event. One last thing I want to mention before we go away is the transport. There are 2 cases available. We're going to go ahead and turn on the lights and show you one of the cases right here. This is one of the cases. This is a hard wood transport case that will transport 8 Element series of Parcans. It doesn't matter if it's the Element Hex IP or the Elements QA IP or the Elements QA, whether it's pearl or traditional black, but it will hold 6 of them. And not only that, they do come with one rack space mountable power distribution center, which is the, what was it again, Brian? The model number? PC100. It's PC100 goes right here. It's a one rack space power module that allows you to turn on and off power switches. It's a very basic and simple power switch that is one rack space and mountable right here so that you can plug the Element series in and be able to charge them. And once they're charged, you can roll up the wires and then be able to close this and lock this in and be able to roll it into your truck. And you can even stack them one on top of the other so that you can have multiple cases out on the road and be able to be ready for your next event. The other case is available is an SKB case that is has a handle, has rollers on the bottom, and can transport up to 6 Element series so that they're protected. They keep them from scratching and being thrown around in your truck, and they take them to your next event or gig. So those are 2 transport options. Go to the website at adj.com, go to the product page under Element Hex IP or Element Hex IP Pearl, and you'll be able to see all the accessories available, both the cases and of course the Wi-Fi DMX, I'm sorry, the Airstream DMX bridge. So are there any other questions out there? Yes, we do have one.
Will the light be available on any other Hex product?
Oh, right now we have the Element series Pearl version only on the Element Hex IP. So we don't know yet if we're going to have those available for the QA version as well, but for right now, only for the Element Hex IP only. Good question, guys. Keep them coming. Love to hear you. Where are you watching us from? If you're watching us from home, from work, in your car, or visiting family, happy holidays for those of you who are celebrating Christmas. and we're right in the middle between Christmas and New Year's. These would be great for a New Year's Eve party. I saw a setup, uplighting setup with two colors, and it was beautiful. So we have the white ones right now set up, and if I want, I could go ahead and set up this color combination for my New Year's Eve party, which is white and gold. Oops, I guess we're still stuck on this scene, so we're going to take that scene off. We're going to create a new scene. We're going to select our fixtures, pump up the dimming, pump up the strobe, and remove the green, add amber. There we go. And then for one of the fixtures, we're just going to put white instead of amber. So if you do uplighting in this color combination, which I think was really fancy, I loved it. Here we go. I'll bring the iPad over so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So the uplighting scene that I saw in one of our IM80J Facebook group page was a DJ that had taken a picture of his setup, and his room was lit with nothing but white and amber. Those two color combinations kind of gave it a really beautiful, elegant look, and this is kind of a look that you would be great to have for a New Year's Eve party or New Year's Eve bash, this white and gold combination. But of course, you don't have to pick these colors. You can pick almost any color. You could add UV to it if you want to. That adds a little bit of different distinction. If you do neon parties or kids dance parties, the UV does really kick in all the white and fluorescent colors. You got your basic colors as well, the reds, the greens, and the blues. So really it's up to you how you want to control your party. And a really great fixture for all sorts of different applications, especially for decor applications. So here we go, back to the white. We're going to add a little bit of the green to kind of give it a green pastel. And should I want, I could even add a strobe to it or a fade strobe. Totally up to you. This is why I love using the iPad with the Airstream Bridge DMX, controlling the Element series of Parkcan fixtures. So in closing, guys, once again, the Element Hex IP Pearl 329 at your local preferred 80J dealer. We are looking at 4 10-watt hex LEDs inside a beautiful white glossy finish body. IP54, so you can have these outside in the rain, in the dust. As long as the doors close, you're good to go. And battery powered wireless DMX, a great fixture for almost any type of application, especially for DJs, decor professionals, even venues. If you're a venue and you offer uplighting to your package, great little product to have as far as being able to easily set it up and easily tear it down within minutes, and creating a beautiful environment for your next party or gig. So on behalf of everybody here at 80J, we'd like to thank you. Please follow us on YouTube, and of course you're already on Facebook. Also follow us on Instagram and Snapchat. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.